What's going on, everyone, and welcome to a video about the PlayStation 2, where today I'm going to be showing you guys a pretty interesting feature of the PlayStation 2 controller that honestly most people either completely forgot about or just never even knew existed. Now, it's no secret that the newest and latest PS5 DualSense controller has some pretty advanced features, particularly the adaptive touch-sensitive triggers that everyone seems to be talking about. But what if I told you that a very similar feature was actually available years before in the original PlayStation 2 controller? Because what you probably didn't know is that the PS2 controller had what's called pressure-sensitive buttons. And this was a feature that was only used in a very limited number of PlayStation 2 games. Now, the way it works is fairly simple. The harder that you press down on a particular button will actually change how the game responds to your input. So for example, take a look at GTA San Andreas and look very closely at what happens when CJ is riding his bike. Now, a normal press of the X button has him pedaling at a fairly slow speed, but just take a look at what happens when you press down harder on the X button. You can see that he's actually pedaling his bike much faster. And that's because all of those years ago, the PlayStation 2 controller actually had the technology to sense just how hard you were actually pressing down on a particular button. Now let's take a look at the Metal Gear Solid series. You might have thought that by pressing the square button, you would simply open fire Snake's gun. However, if we take a closer look, what you'll realize is that by simply pressing lighter on the square button itself, you could simply ADS without open firing at all. Press down harder on the square button and what you'll see is that he fires his gun instantly. Even racing games like Gran Turismo also made really good use of this feature by using pressure sensitivity to influence the game's driving mechanics. For example, as you can see, the harder that I press down on the acceleration button, the faster the vehicle actually goes. And if you're ever curious to find out which games had this particular feature, a neat little trick is just to look at the back of the game itself, and it should say pressure or touch sensitive on the cover. So now you guys know just a little bit more about this very interesting feature on the PlayStation 2 DualShock controller that honestly not many people knew about. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video and found it useful or at least interesting. And if you did, make sure to leave a like rating on the video, comment below to let me know what you think. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for post notifications. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.